What's up, party people? Today I'm going to be showing you my kind of guide for how to farm the Forgotten Chests in the Sacred Claw dungeon, and I have a guest today, the Horde, who is going to be running the dungeon along with me. Now, when you start the dungeon, one thing to keep in mind is that speed boosting items are extremely helpful, so I definitely recommend using those. I'll recommend a couple of those in a second, because I just want to mention when you run in the room here initially, if you go between the barrels and the boxes here, the first group of mobs stacks up really nicely and you can one-skill them. So, but definitely bring sandals, and I also like to use the rings and the earrings from the Norak Secret Arena dungeon. There's a guide for that on my channel, you can check that out. But it's a really low-level dungeon, but you get some items in it that give you a speed buff. So like having that as a switch is always really helpful. In this second room here, I like to make a lap around the room, aggro all the monsters, and then run to this corner right here around this little spike, because then they all stack up really nicely on you. And if you don't do that, they have a very irregular movement pattern, and it just makes this process take longer. So that's how I like to do it. And then you can kill the first boss there, as you can see. Yeah, so now we're going to be running to the boss on the left. I like to start with the boss on the left, and the reason I like to start with the boss on the left is because the boss on the right actually has an alternate way for you to kill yourself. And you're saying, wait, you're going to kill yourself? Why would you want to kill yourself? Well, and the reason for that, guys, is because I do not do full runs for this. Because, one, I don't want to run in a second account to have to pull the lever to get to the last boss, and also, or second, I think it's just faster to do it this way in terms of, like, boss kills per hour, right? So I like to kill myself after I kill the first 3 bosses. So we're going to start with the one on the left, and then we'll go to the one on the right, just because there's a way you can kill yourself there. And if you can't kill yourself there, you can just kill yourself with the slimes after, which is really good. I've been farming this dungeon a decent amount, guys. The drops are really good right now, and I don't know how much longer this is going to be going on. Probably not that much longer, but you can get graces, you can get experience scrolls, you can get your hands on a wedding ring, which is a really rare drop in in the normal honeymoon dungeon. So this dungeon, or this event, is definitely worth taking advantage of here. Now, when you go into this second boss on the left, you want to try to kill him before he brings you, or her, before she gets you into her lab, or her maze phase, because then it just makes the fight take longer. As you can see with 2 of us here, it really was not hard to kill her within that time limit. However, if you're on your own, you might struggle with that a bit, but even if you do, just run the maze and then kill her, it'll be fine. Even on my own, I'm able to kill her before the maze phase starts, so it shouldn't require like a crazy amount of damage, but you do need some decent damage to do that. So after killing her, you're going to be running over to the next boss. You know, another reason I've been running this dungeon a ton is because I need Argates, because I've been trying to make a set for my Seg Ripper, and for some reason, I'm like on the armor now, and I've failed like 50 armor pieces, which to me is just insane. I can't believe how long it's taking me to make that set. But when I am eventually successful with that, I am going to be making a video about that, so you guys can look forward to that for sure. Anyway, so we're running up to the next boss here, and as I recommend with all the bosses in this dungeon, I recommend buffing before you go in the room, just because then that's less time on their ticker or whatever, right? Because on the other boss, you can get in the maze. With this guy, the dragons will spawn and the dragons will kill you. However, the dragons killing you can actually be a good thing, because at this point, like right when you kill him, if the dragons are there, you can just stay in the room and then they'll start exploding and you'll die, which is a really easy way to kill yourself. However, if like this time and most of the times I run it, you end up killing it before the dragon spawn, you can just run up to this middle path here and say hello to your good friend, the sap monster, or I call him the slime, and he will blow you up. And then you can die and you can run back in the dungeon and repeat this to your heart's content. Now, each of these runs takes me approximately 5 minutes, so that would mean that if I can do some quick math here, so that would be 6 times 3, which is 18. So that would mean I'm killing 36 bosses. I believe that's right. 36 bosses per hour, which I think is pretty good. If you have a way that you think is faster, or you have a better recommendation, you can leave those in the comments. I would love to hear it. I'm sure other people would love to hear it. But if you're looking for an effective way to run this, I think this is an effective way, and you can replicate this method. And I know a lot of other people are doing it this way too. It just seems to be one of the better ways to do it. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions or suggestions, as always, you can leave them in the comments. Get in game, farm this event. It's super good. And until next time, guys, take care.